Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning.
If you would take a look at the board, what is it that we'll be discussing on today?
Making inferences.
Making inferences. And inferences is just how good readers make an inference. And we're going to do some practicing today before we break off into our groups. Are you ready to get started?
Yes.
Okay. Before we get started, the first thing we always do is go over what?
Standard.
The standard. This is ELA, English Language Arts, Georgia Standard of Excellent Reading Information. It simply says you're going to quote accurately from a text when explaining what the text says explicitly and when drawing inferences from the text. What does the word quote mean?
Quote is like, it's like, quoting is like saying what someone already said.
What someone already said. Patrick?
So restate wise words.
Repeat. Okay. I see another word, text. What is a text? Okay. A story. Cody?
A text might be a newspaper or some informational source where you might get your backup information to put things on.
Right. Printed word. Now, before we move on, can you tell me what is it that you already know about an inference? What do you already know about making an inference? Desiree?
Making a logical guess.
Can you say it a little louder, please?
Making a logical guess.
Acknowledging
Logical guess.
a logical guess. Okay. Patrick?
Sort of like a hypothesis for a text.
Hypothesis. Gabe?
An inference is an educated guess.
Educated guess. Same as hypothesis. So emphasis is an educated guess. If you would pull out these charts are in your crate. These are charts, the formula for making an inference. If you would take one and pass it around. I have one on the board for you as well. And you're going to be able to use it later. I will be leaving this up so that you will know and understand what an inference, how do you get your inference, okay? You must know the text clues. It's just like a math formula. We have a reading formula as well. Text clues, what you read. Background knowledge, the same as a schema, what you already know about something, and that equals an inference. Text clues plus background knowledge equals what?
Inference.
An inference, okay? So now we're going to play a video, and I want you to watch this video. And I want you to tell me what is it that you got from the video, okay?
How was my day? How was my day? How dare you ask me that? Well, all right. Since you asked, I'll tell you how my day was. First, the car broke down on my way home from work. And then, when I eventually get home, I find out the dog has run away. Finally, my husband tells me he's lost his job. I am so very, very unhappy.
Cut! Where'd you get that line?
What line?
The line about being unhappy. That's not in the script.
It's not?
Roll that back. See here? Car broke down. Dog ran away. Husband lost his job. See? Nothing about being unhappy.
Well, I made an inference that she was unhappy.
An inference? What's that?
I read the text and thought about what I know, and so I made an inference that the character is unhappy. See, we know her car broke down, and that's always a hassle. Then her dog ran away, and that's really sad. Finally, her husband lost his job, which is always bad news. So I added these things up and made an inference that she must be pretty unhappy.
Inference, huh?
I like it.
Okay, we'll keep it. Everyone, let's do it again with the inferences this time.
Okay, after watching this video, what did you learn from the video? Gabe?
That inference that the text clues are very important in the inference.
Text clues are important in the inference. Talesha, I saw your hand. What did you gain from it?
Well, basically what Gabriel said, but I learned that how the way she inferenced and told how she figured out that the lady was unhappy.
So when she figured it out, to make her inference, that she got that from what kind of knowledge? What is that called, class? Background knowledge or schema. Very good job, okay? Give yourself a hand. Okay. Now we're about to practice. Can anyone tell me why is this man on the floor? Why is he on the floor? These Vontae.
He tripped.
He did what?
He tripped.
He could have tripped. Sandrez slipped on water. Jada. He slipped. Jordan. He didn't see the sign. Okay. So you made an inference that he slipped. What background information, just about what clues in the picture let you know that the man failed?
I can see
The caution wet floor sign. And how did you get this background knowledge that he failed? How did you come to this conclusion of inference that he failed by using this knowledge? He wasn't paying attention to the wet floor sign, Jada. His papers are scattered everywhere, okay? If you're with me this far, you're understanding so far, I want you to give me a big round of applause. Okay. So, basically, inference is, like you already said, an educated guess. You're just guessing what something is, but you have to, background knowledge is what you already know, okay? Text evidence is just in the passage to support the background knowledge and the inference. If we're sitting in this class, right, we're in the classroom, right? So if we see a fire truck go down the road real fast, the ambulance behind it, as well as the police car, what are you going to infer that's happening? Devontae.
Something is on fire.
Something could be on fire. Wednesday.
Someone could be hurt on fire.
Someone could be hurt. Drew. It could be a car wreck. How did you infer this? How did you come up with this inference?
Because all the safety and helping people came to the rescue and they were speeding for to help someone.
Good. All the safety people came to the rescue to help someone. And your background knowledge, what's your background knowledge about the ambulance people and the police officer and the firefighter? What background knowledge do you know about them, Gabe?
They all, when you see them, they're either driving to go help someone.
They're going to help you. Anytime you see them, they're going to help. So are you understanding this far about how to make an inference and how your clues in the text must support your inference? Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions this far? Any questions? Don't be afraid to ask. Okay. Any questions? All right. So now you can write this in your journal. An inference is an educated guess. Write that down. You might hear me repeating myself today because I want you to get it, because sometimes this could be confusing to some people. An inference is an educated guess based on what we see while we're reading. Okay? An educated guess based on what we see while we are reading. Okay? When you complete that, I want you to put your pencil up. educated guess that we make based on what we see while we're reading. The educated guess that we make based on what we see while we are reading. You all did a good job at figuring out the example I gave you with the fire trucks and the EMS people helping. You knew your background knowledge that they helped. Okay? They helped. An educated guess that we make based on what we see while reading. Okay? Okay, so we're about to get ready to move on, and we're going to look at an example, okay? We're going to look at an example. I want you to take a few minutes and read this to yourself. Give you like 45 seconds to read this to yourself. Can everyone see this? Sandra, you can move up right here so you can see. 45 seconds to read over, and then I'm going to call on someone to read. Okay, everybody read it?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me get a volunteer to read this. To Lasia, I want you to read loud and clear so everyone can hear you.
Katie was excited about tonight. Happily, she put on her big red shoes and bright yellow outfit. Her mom helped Katie paint her face with white with a big red circle each cheek. Just before Katie ran out the door to meet her friends, she attached her large squeaky nose and placed a bright blue point hat on top of her head. She grabbed an empty bag and went out into the night.
Okay, what can you infer from this passage? What can you infer from this passage? She's dressing up like a clown. Kaden. She's going where? Trick or treat. Did the passage tell you this?
No.
No. What evidence in the passage, can you tell me one evidence in the passage where you what triggered the inference that she was going trick or treat? Jordan? She grabbed it in the bag and went out into the night. Patrick?
I was going to say the second.
Okay. Anybody else? Andreas? She's excited about the night. Anybody? Anything else? Anybody see any more text evidence in the text? Devontae?
She had red big shoes and a bright yellow outfit.
She had on.
And she had the squeaky nose.
Squeaky nose. Those are text evidence that help you to understand how you got the inference that she was going on Halloween. What background knowledge did you know that led you to know that she was going trick or treating? Patrick.
Usually people don't dress up as clowns, and going outside during night when the bag is usually not in the
Exactly. You knew the background knowledge. She's going trick-or-treating because you don't dress up every day. You don't put makeup on your face every day. You knew she was going trick-or-treating, especially when it said she grabbed an empty bag and she went out into the night. If you with me, clap 2 times if you understand. Okay. Can I get a volunteer to read this? Devontae, read it loud and clear for me.
A large gray cloud began to fill the sky, and the wind started to blow harder and harder.
Okay. What can you infer that is about to happen? Mariah? It's about to storm, okay? It's about to storm. And with that, 30 minutes later, the thunder came and it started pouring down, okay? And you just made another inference, okay? You made another inference. Now, I want you to think about your bedroom. Think about your bedroom at home, okay? Think about it. What's on the walls? You don't have to tell me, I just want you to think. What's on the walls? What color is it? Is it messy right now? Are there books in your room? And do you have to share it with anyone else? Okay? Are you with me? You're thinking about your room. What we're about to do now, we're about to go into 3 students' rooms that's your age. Are you ready to enter that room? Are you ready to enter that room?
No.
Yes.
Okay, we're about to enter. The first student room is Joni's. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to read over Joni's bedroom, okay? Read over Joni's bedroom. Okay, read for me, Cody.
Those entering John's bedroom are greeted by bright blue walls. Hanging above her bed is a large framed photo of a female athlete racing through the water. Next to her door is a bulletin board filled with medals and rings. Sitting on her desk are 2 trophy medals, and between them is a handmade card that reads "Go Shark." On her bed sits a gem bag filled with a suit, goggles, and a cap.
After reading about Joni's bedroom, what can you infer, Jordan? Her favorite sport is swimming. Do you agree with Jordan or you disagree? Agree. What text clues, Jordan, can you come up to the board and I want you to underline a text clue that made you infer that her sport was swimming? Okay. Swimmers wear suits, goggles, and a cap. Give Jordan a hand. Can I get someone else to come up and underline the text clue? Wednesday. Okay. She got a picture frame hanging on her with a female racing through the water. Do you agree or disagree with Wednesday?
Agree.
Agree. Give Wednesday a hand for coming up. Okay, I'm gonna take one more. Come on. Give me a clue. One more clue. Okay. Bright blue walls. That would infer, why would that be an inference? That she likes swimming. Patrick?
Includes that water is boiling, which also shows that she really likes water, like swimming.
Right, water is blue, so they let me know, hey, she likes swimming. So are you understanding? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. So now we're gonna move on to the next student. Carter's bedroom, 30 seconds to read. Read for me, Desarian.
Carter's bedroom is fine. His bed is made perfectly with a wrinkle in sight, without a wrinkle in sight. The books in his bookshelf are arranged by size, from tallest to smallest. His closet is most impressive of all, with his good clothes hanging in one spot, his school clothes hanging in another area, and his play clothes in another. His shoes are placed in the same arrangement. Below his clothes are asked, and his mom swears she doesn't do it for him.
So after reading this, Desarian reading this, what can you infer about Sandreas? What can you infer? He likes to keep his room organized as well as neat. Can you give me, come up here, underline a clue, Devontae. His bed was made perfectly without a wrinkle in sight. Do you agree or disagree with Devontae?
Agree.
Agree. Give Devontae a hand. Okay. Jada, another clue. Okay, the books on the bookshelf was arranged from smallest to shortest. Do you agree with Jada?
Yes.
Yes. All right, clap for Jada. All right, and one more. Sandres. Okay. His closet is most impressive of all, and his good clothes hanging in one spot, his play clothes in another. Do you agree with Sandres?
Yes.
Give Sandres a hand. All right, for the sake of time, what we're going to do, the other one is installed in Google Classroom. We're going to get ready to go into our groups. We're getting ready to go into groups. We have, small group is going to come and go with me. I need Desarian, Drew, Kay, and Mariah to come over to small group. And technology assignment has been assigned in Google Classroom, and you have independent high-ready assignment. Okay, so if you would move quietly over to your groups. In my small groups. Okay. Today, you only want to be detectives in small group. Detectives, anytime you make an inference, you're a detective, becoming a detective. And I'm going to give you this message. And I want you to read over for like 30 seconds. Read over the passage. Everybody done reading? Yeah. We've been discussing major inferences, right? Major inferences. So you already take this. I want you to read, work to each other. And you're gonna go through, and when you get to a clue, use your magnifying glass, because that's what the teachers do. They use the magnifying glass. When you get to a clue, I want you to discuss it with each other and come up with a conclusion as of why it supports your inference, okay? You understand? Okay, so you all discuss it with each other, detectives, as of why your inference, why you chose that for the inference, okay? You wanna read that first paragraph, Mariah?
The first place that I can well remember was a large pleasant meadow with a pond of clear water in it. Some shady trees hung over and rushed, and water grew at the deep end over the head. On one side we looked into a road and on the other
There were six in the morning meadow sign. They were old than I used to run with them. They had great fun. We used to gather together run and run from the field as far as we could go. Sometimes we had rather run straight to they would quickly bite and kick as we were.
one day when there was a good deal of food, my mother wanted me to come to her, and then she said, I wish you pay attention to what I'm going to say to you. You have been well bred and well born. Your father has a great name in these parts, and your grandfather won the cup 2 years at the Newmarket races. Your grandmother had the sweetest temper of any I ever knew, and I think you have never seen me kick about. I hope you grow up gentle and never learn bad ways. Do your work with a good will, lift your feet up when you try, and never bite or kick even your foes. I have never forgotten my mother's advice. I knew she was wise, and our master thought a great deal of her. Her name was Duchess, but he often called her Pet.
Okay, so now when you answer the question, this is where you all are going to work together to answer the questions. You're going to go back into the passage, just like a detective would, and you're going to find where, and you're going to do you agree or disagree with it, okay? So the first question is how you read.
Who or what is narrating this story? Give at least one detail from the text to support your answer. The voice. It's the voice.
Talk amongst yourselves, highlight, like detectives. Mm-hmm. So who is narrating the story? What emphasis did you?
A horse.
A horse, okay. Do you all agree with him or disagree?
Okay.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna get ready to wrap this up and we're gonna take it home. I'm gonna work and finish it and we're gonna discuss it again tomorrow with the whole group. They understand the same, but I just wanted to work with the smaller group. Okay, we're gonna get ready to wrap up today's lesson. Can anyone tell me what did you learn from the lesson before that you didn't know after the lesson? Carson. Could you speak louder? Okay. Correct. Text clues. You have to have those text clues to support your what? Your inference, okay? And background knowledge is what? What schema in background knowledge is what you are. Say it again loud, Talasia. What you already know. Now, your exit ticket is you're going to have to go into a classroom and you're going to have to complete an assignment in order to with the emphasis. I have a riddle. It is dark. I hear bags flying. With my flashlight, I see starlights hanging above me. I hear water dripping. Where am I? I'm in a cave. That's I will give you this worksheet to do it for homework. And you can bring it back tomorrow and we will discuss it. Okay, you can continue working in your group and in Google Classroom.